This is a continuation of the last video. The last video was related with Docker, and this video is also related with Docker. I create this video because I think the last video is not enough for understanding the complete flow, and also not just related with Docker, also related with the GitLab implementation and how we execute the commands from GitLab and from the CI file, from the Gitlab CI file. And for that reason, I created this video. In the last video, we just use HTTPD image for running a kind of fast example. But in this case, I will create a Docker file, and we will run our container from scratch. Okay, let's start. First of all, we are going to use this image. This one is the Ubuntu. This is the repository, and you can find here some documentations, how to use it. It is kind of light, like 50 megas. For the reason I'm going to use this one, and I will install Apache 2. There are many images with Apache 2 all already installed, but we are going to execute this step just for getting an overview of how does it work. But it will be kind of easy at the beginning, but let's start. In the last video, I create an index.html file for using which HTTPD. I create a new directory for organizing the tutorial. It is in here. The file is already there. Also, as you remember, I was using the HTTPD image. It is already installed. We use this command, so docker images. Here is the image we were using. After that, I will create a new directory for this video, custom image, for example, and go ahead. We don't have any file in here. I will create a new file. For really good understanding in this site, it is really good to read the documentation, the Docker documentation, how Docker files structure works, the commands, as we are going to see some of them, but it will be not enough. This video is focused just in the flow of the Docker file, how we go from Docker file to image to container. But with a documentation reading, it will be okay. I will create a Docker file. As I already said, I'm going to use the Ubuntu latest image. We use this keyword from Ubuntu and the version. After that, in most of the times when we are using the Ubuntu image or any Linux-based image, we will need to get the updates, because in there we get the repositories links and a lot of information we need in order to install other packages. For that reason, in this case, I will do that. First, I will install some updates. Also, we have many keywords in the Docker files, but this one is the most used. It is really important. We use in all time. It is the keyword run. This keyword is used for running any command. In this case, for Ubuntu, as you are going to see. I will install dates. I will use this flag because I won't answer. I can't answer with my keyword when I say this flag wipe. It is for automatically answer yes for any question, any permission when we are running the commands. And I will install update apt get in -y update. After that, I will install the Apache 2. for installing Apache 2, I can use this command also with -y. And from here we are almost done. I forget it. Install. After that, and there are some keywords in the Docker documentation. One really important is this one, expose. Why will use expose? In this case, when we are using a web server, we need to expose some port because it is an image and we need to access this image from outside the world. And for that reason, you can use any port you want. In this case, I'm going to use the port 80, the, the common one. And in this way, when we run the image, remember that we need to do a mapping, the port we have in our local machine with the port we have in the container. Also, when we execute, for example, in this case, Apache 2 is one server, one service, and for that reason we need to set it up. But because it is first it is built, and after that we run this with another command. There is another keyword. It is cmd for command, and in this case we specify the command we want to execute. What does it mean? In this case, what we are doing is just starting the Apache 2 service, and we are running this in foreground mode because we want for to keep Apache 2 up while we are running the container. And as you can see, we are done. It is just 5 lines, and we have all we need for to get a Apache 2 container completely running and functional also. The next step, let's save this file. We have Docker file, and for building, the next step is to build this image. It will take some time in my computer because my network is a little bit low. I will stop the recording, but the command is, in this case, we execute sudo docker build. We can use a tag for locating the file, locating the image when after the execution. With this tag, with this flag, it is -t for tag. And let's use one name. I will use custom image. It has to be in lowercase. And after that, what we are specifying with this last dot slash, it is the place where the Docker file is located. I can just write this point in here, and that's all. Let's run this command and to see what happened. It already ran really fast because I execute this and some minutes ago, and the image and most of the files are already cached in my computer. It is really efficient, the Docker. Go ahead. First, we can verify that the Docker image is there because we already built. Now we have a Docker image, but it is not running as you know. Here is the image we already built 44 seconds ago. It is 223 megabytes. And the next step is, first I will show you how does it works, because we can also run this image in iterative mode. Let me run this iterative, and the image name, Oh, sorry. Sudo docker run. Okay, go ahead. Oh, I cannot access this image in iterative mode because we specified to run the Apache 2 in foreground mode. For the reason I will have to run it directly, as it had to be. I will detach this image from my current terminal, from my current console, for just checking from my browser. Let's execute sudo docker run minus et. It is easy to remember it. And also I'll have to specify the port mapping. I'm using, let's say, 80 in my local machine, and I'm mapping to the 80 that we already exposed in the Docker file. And after that, which image I'm running in this case, it is custom image, the name. Okay, good. And we can check that the image is running with docker EPS. Here we have the image running. Let's check with localhost. Oh, perfect. It is running as expected. This is the file, the default file that is created when we install Apache 2. As you can see in here, it's located in this path. And that's all. We are done. Perfect. For stopping this container, I can run sudo docker stop and the container ID. Uh, Wait for some seconds. It is running. Perfect. And as you can see in here, now it is not running. Um, the reason for this video is because when we create our project in the GitLab, we will specify a Docker file. This Docker file will contain all the required package and files and anything we need for our project to run as we want. For the reason, I will see you in the next video. Thank you very much.